everyone. Meteorologist Alexis Walters in the Dick Goddard Weather Center this lovely Tuesday afternoon, isn't it? Lovely if you're inside, wrapped in a blanket with something warm, because it's pretty gross outside and it's going to stay that way for about another day before we start shaping up and kicking it into high gear heading towards spring. So if you're joining me this lunch hour, drop a comment, say hello. I'm not able to see what you guys are saying at the moment, but if there's something I don't cover in this forecast and you want to know, drop that comment, and after the fact, I will go ahead and address that. But I think we're going to get to everything on there. All right, so first off, let's address the elephant in the room, that yes, there is some snow on the ground. Mainly in the snow belt area. I mentioned yesterday some light accumulations. I showed you that graph that we had. And there were a couple spots that saw about 2 inches. It was wet, slushy snow that is, now melting off, with the additional rain showers on top of it helping melt it away as well. Not only did we see snow, but we saw a decent amount of rain as well. And we are now still seeing all rain. Here's a look. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. This is that same low that was around yesterday and the day before and the day before that. So it's stalled. And what that means is it's basically just hanging out over the Great Lakes. And it's going to make its grand finale exit tomorrow afternoon. So right now we have fairly spotty to scattered showers. We'll see some breaks over the next couple of hours, but then we will see some resurgence of rain probably around the time you're heading home from work this evening, but it will be all rain at that point. Overnight tonight, however, I think we will again see a few flurries because temperatures are going to be dropping. So let's go ahead and walk through it. And you'll notice Futurecast here, coverage is a little high compared to what we're actually seeing. So your drive home from work, soggy, plan on some ponding on the roads, watch for that. Tapering off overnight and temperatures dropping. You're probably wondering, temperatures are above freezing, so how are we seeing this snow? I think this morning we got down to maybe 34 or so. So how are we seeing snow? Well, it's the upper levels of the atmosphere that are cold enough to sustain snow, that as it falls, it might melt a little bit, but it still, stays as those few flurries. So that'll be a case again tomorrow. Most of it is going to hit the ground as rain, or as I saw some grapple, which is like that sleety stuff that you'll see this time of year, or with these temperatures, I should say. As for tomorrow morning, we're going to wake up out the door mid-30s to upper 30s. The showers will taper off throughout the evening. So the lunch hour, quick dose of rain, and then if we do see any rain showers in the evening, it'll likely be east of Cleveland. Temperatures still struggle again tomorrow. We will still be about 15 to 20 degrees below the average for this time of year, putting us in the upper 40s. So a little warmer than today, but not warm, that's for sure. And it stays windy tomorrow as well. Then as we get into Thursday morning, it's going to stay cloudy, which that's actually a good thing for us. It'll help our temperatures, but we're only going to fall to, say, the upper 30s, low 40s for the start of your day. So let's just drag this out a little bit further and watch as this low pressure creeps to the east and makes its exit. So there's a look at Thursday afternoon. Back that up. Thursday morning, cloudy. Thursday afternoon, sunshine. And that actually sticks around through the rest of the weekend. So we already have a decent amount of rain on the ground, anywhere from probably 1/10 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. Additionally, through tomorrow evening, we're looking for another, I'd say, 1/10 to 3/4 of an inch, depending on where you are. As for the wind gusts, I've been peeking outside, and those tree limbs are just whipping in the wind. You're probably going to see a lot of those newly flowered tree buds in your driveway, in your yard. So that's another messy additive there. As for the next 24 hours, staying gusty through the afternoon. Winds die down tonight, and then they pick back up again tomorrow. So the gist of your day today, we're at basically our peak when it comes to temperatures. There's a look at the hour-by-hour rain coverage. Tomorrow afternoon, it'll really start to die down. And if you missed this yesterday, snow in May is not necessarily super uncommon. The last time we saw measurable snow, the last time we saw the latest measurable snow was May 11th of 2020. So it's May 2nd. There have been years when we've seen snow on May 16th, May 20th, May 27th. That was just a dusting, of course. And do remember, I've seen a lot of people commenting, being like, it snowed this day on this year. These measurements are taken at the Cleveland airport. So it may have snowed in your neighborhood, but officially we can't, you know, measure everywhere for that official number, because it is so different across the area. So say Youngstown may have seen snow one day and Cleveland didn't. It's a possibility. So you're not wrong there. It's just a matter of semantics of where we pull that number from. And this is the good stuff, guys. Look at that 8-day forecast. After tomorrow, nice dry stretch through the weekend as temperatures climb from the 50s to the 60s. I even sprinkled a 70-degree day in there on Monday with a small chance of rain, but you know, 70 with a small chance of rain is way better than 43 with a 90% chance of rain. So again, if you have any questions that I didn't cover, stay safe on the roads today. Know that it might be wet ponding tomorrow. You could see an isolated slick spot because of that slushy snow, but it's all on the up and up after tomorrow. All right, again, drop a comment if you have a question that I didn't cover, but unless you don't, have a great day. And you can also tune in at 4 o'clock. I believe Mr. Dante Jones will be in giving you that updated forecast. Have a great day.